right, we're going to call our regular city council meeting into play Monday, January the 8th. We will have an invocation by Dr. Eric Hankins.
Let's pray together. Lord, as we bow before you at the beginning of a new year, we're reminded of the blessing of new beginnings. We're thankful for your provision in the successes and your grace in the failures of yesterday, but yesterday is gone. Past success cannot sustain us, and past failures must not imprison us.
Yes.
Help us to let go of both of these things so that our hands will be free to receive what you have for us next. With the apostle, we say, forgetting what lies behind and reaching forward to what lies ahead, we press on. Our choice on this new day and this new year is to press on either in fear or in faith. Fear populates the future with obstacles, doubts, and low expectations. Faith looks to the future as a place of opportunity, discovery, and unexpected favor. I ask both for my fellow citizens and our leaders that we would choose faith in the coming year. Faith in one another, in the possibilities of our wonderful community, and in you. We do not know what the future holds, but we know who holds the future. Thank you in advance for all you're going to do in 2024. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. I like that one.
We need a pocket.
Yeah, I need that. Can you write that one down for me? Pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I really like that prayer. That was a really good prayer. Yeah.
Thinking the same thing.
Oh, appreciate that, brother. Yeah. Hey, I got it. No, hey, you ask and you shall receive.
Gotta share that, Council President.
I will, sir. All right, guys, let's get to business here. I need someone to approve the minutes of December the 20th, 2023 regular city council meeting.
Approve the minutes. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say aye. Nay. Hearing none, motion carries. All right, report from the mayor. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Council President. Tonight, I am doing a proclamation. I believe there was supposed to be somebody here to present it to. I'm not sure I see that person, so I'm going to read it.
All right.
So this is a proclamation about Human Traffic Awareness Month. It says, whereas Alabama's Human Trafficking Awareness Month was established in January 2011 in observance of National Human Trafficking Awareness Day to proclaim the equality and freedom for all people, to advocate for legislation to educate leaders, and to encourage public awareness to the various forms of human trafficking. Whereas human trafficking occurs when an adult or child is recruited, harbored, obtained, or exported through force, fraud, or coercion for the purposes of sexual exploitation and forced labor, involuntary servitude, debt bondage, and other methods of slavery. Whereas an estimated of 27.6 million people are subject to human trafficking globally, including cases of human trafficking reported in every state and territory across the United States, including here in our own community. Whereas the risk and prevalence of human trafficking is greater now than ever in person and online in industries such as restaurants, cleaning services, construction, and factories, and by strangers or someone they know, including partners, parents, and other family members. Whereas the first step in eliminating human trafficking is to educate the community, we must work to ensure that all residents are aware of this problem, how to spot it, and how to report it. We must work together as a community to bring victims to safety and to punish human traffickers. Now, therefore, I, Sherry Sullivan, Mayor of the City of Fairhope, do hereby proclaim the month of January 2024 as Human Trafficking Awareness Month in the City of Fairhope. So, thank you. We'll get these to the appropriate folks.
Thank you.
The other couple things that I wanted to cover is thanks to all the staff, Paige in particular, for New Year's Eve. It was a great event. To Electric Department, Public Works, Police, everybody, Fire Department, everybody who's involved in that event. I think it was enjoyed by many in downtown Fairhope, and just appreciate them kicking off the new year and hosting that event. The other thing I want to remind everybody is, due to the weather tonight, for those who are listening online, that there will be no trash pickup or recycling pickup. Overnight, don't put your can out. We'll start picking up at 7 o'clock in the morning. So they're used to having their trash picked up overnight. Don't put your can out tonight. Put it out tomorrow morning just before 7 o'clock, and we'll pick up then, okay? And the other thing I wanted to address is most folks just before the new year received a letter in the mail about our water service and some absence of some testing that is required. I just want to, just reiterate to people, I've been on TV and we've talked about this, a letter went out, just letting folks know that our water is safe. There are more than 70 tests that we have to do monthly for our water. The test that was missed was one of two that is done every year. It was a staffing error, to be honest. It was somebody who was promoted into that position, failed to do the test. Within a couple weeks, it was discovered, the test was done, there was no detect. This test for some organic chemicals, and again, something that people can be assured that the water is safe. It was just one test, and it was done. There was a non-detect on it. But again, I have all these pages, if everybody can see this, 4 pages of tests that are done on our water system. Some of these, we do 70 tests per month, but some of them have to be done twice per year. Some of them are once every 3 years. Some are once every 6 years, once every 9 years. Just kind of depends on what you're testing for. We're happy to answer any of those questions if people call in. And again, we do a water quality report that we have to put out every year. I think we were one of several municipalities in Baldwin County that was notified that we needed to notify our residents of a missed test or some mishap with the water system. So again, just want to reassure everybody that our drinking water is safe and that we take every precaution to make sure that it is safe for the general public. And we are putting processes in place to make sure these tests don't get missed again. Thank you.
Very good. Yeah, I think that's important. Yeah. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, guys. We will now have public participation on agenda items 5 through 18. Agenda items 5 through 18. If you have any of those items 5 through 18 and you would like to get up and speak, 6 through 18. I apologize. 6 through 18. 5 is a public hearing. Yeah, is there someone from the Fairhope Avenue community? Yes, come up. Talk to us about number 18 a little bit.
Yeah, we were supposed, I own Gallery by the Bay, and we were supposed to have a few more merchants. Tom and his wife own Shoe Fly and Obey Mercantile, and we are wanting to open up Fairhope Avenue as a First Friday thoroughfare again. We started last summer. I think June was our first day, first Friday month. Rousing success. Everyone who participated had come to me personally and thanked for heading this up. I still think that everyone is in agreement that we'd like to continue to close down just for the 3 hours on Friday night, the first Friday night of every month. Some people had, one merchant had asked if it's possible to maybe knock the parking time back to 5:30. But we've had no problems with that. I don't know of any other merchant, but that's the only, I think, negative thing that we've heard. It's been every merchant has come who has participated and said, you know what, it has helped our business. And me personally, it's been a significant change for First Fridays. So it's a good thing, and we'd like to continue for, I don't know how often we can do this. Do we okay this for the year, or?
We just had that conversation in our work session, so we got some suggestions, I believe. Council President, you want to?
Yeah, so first of all, can you give your name and your?
Yes, Todd Seeley.
Okay, very good.
S-E-E-L-E-Y.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Seeley. Yeah, so we spoke on that a little bit, Mr. Seeley, as far as how we're going to do this. And so I guess I'm hearing that another change would be to kick the time back, and everybody's in like-mindedness as far as the time going back to 5:30 to 11, parking starting at 5:30 to 11 instead of 5 o'clock. Is that what I'm hearing?
That was one person you said.
Just
Yeah,
one person?
One merchant.
Okay, so we're not trying to do anything like that. Okay, okay.
that was a
I
suggestion.
got you. Just a suggestion. Okay. All right, very good. But yeah, so we had a conversation in work session about this as far as how we were going to do it. And we just want to make clear that, this is an open-ended deal. If there's anything that we have to shut this down, that the council has the authority to shut it down. Not saying that we're going to do that, but we just want everybody to understand that if we have to say no at any particular time, that we can, because that's a major a major artery that we're using at that time. And so we would still have to have some control over that.
Okay. Now, are you referring to like a month by month?
No, I think we're
No.
talking indefinitely, but we reserve
Indefinitely.
the right to revoke it at any time, should it be
Yes.
necessary.
Is that why there's a difference?
And we already have that right, so it's not really
Yeah, but
stated.
we want to make sure that you guys understand.
That's right.
Is that the difference between Fairhope Avenue and Delamar? Delamar not being a major thoroughfare,
Well,
only one block?
we can shut Delamar's down at any time also.
Yes.
I mean, it would, I think the odds are, because Fairhope Avenue is a main thoroughfare, the odds of there being a traffic or safety issue is more likely to be on Fairhope Avenue just because of the amount of traffic that comes through there. But like Jack said, I mean, the responsibility is the city council's to, at any point in time, if there becomes a safety issue, to stop the closing of the street, whether it's Delamar, Fairhope Avenue, or any of the others.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but I think that's your best case scenario, is to leave it indefinite. And then, like I said, we already have that right, but we just want to emphasize that should somebody book a band a year in advance and we have a storm that shuts the city down and we say, we've got to shut it down for 6 months. I mean, things happen.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to pull a rug out from anybody.
Yeah, I think
You know,
it's,
intentionally.
I think we're trying to really just impress that it is open-ended, but at any point in time, if it becomes necessary, it could change. And I don't think we're anticipating it ever becoming necessary. We just want everybody to have the understanding that if some event does occur that requires that it could stop at any time. Does that make sense?
And stop indefinitely at any time, is that what you're referring to?
Correct.
Okay.
On both ends of that. Not that we're leaning to that, but that's correct.
Okay.
It wasn't said as plainly, but in May, when this was done, it was said the same way. So
Yes.
You hadn't had a problem since May. So there's, as far as there's no problems or anything,
Yeah.
you'll just continue on.
Okay,
All right?
We're just making sure everybody understands.
okay. So barring there are no future issues, this is not, we don't have to do this every year?
No.
Correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. That's fair enough.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, sir. Anybody else? Public participation? All right. Seeing none, we will close public participation. All right. Council comments. Councilman Burrell.
A couple of things. First off, with this weather that we may have, and hopefully we don't have tonight, I want to go ahead and thank the police and the fire, the utility crews that'll have to work, public works that may have to work, anybody else who may have to get out in this weather tonight. Thank y'all for being there. Y'all do a fine job. Thank y'all for that. And then secondly, it was brought to my attention several weeks ago, and I just bring it up, not looking for an answer, just want to bring it up in a public meeting for everyone to think about, is that it was suggested to me by former Mayor Nix that we honor the lady that paid for the clock at the clock corner, Mrs. Tuck, by maybe having a plaque made and put on the pedestal of the clock in recognition of Mrs. Tuck, who apparently paid for, why are we grinning? What's,
The plaque's been there since the clock was put.
is it there though? Is the plaque on it?
We haven't put it back.
Just haven't put it back, so, okay, I think maybe then it was bringing the attention to put the plaque back. Well,
Put the
can you tell
plaque
me when
back.
the plaque will be back?
As soon as we put all the other signs up.
Yeah.
We just haven't put it out yet.
Okay, so that's in the works. It's not been removed permanently
It
then?
has not. We're waiting on one other-
Well, that was a pretty prominent person that did the asking, so
Yeah.
I thought
God is in
I'd
the
ask.
details.
And seeing how he just texted me and said, "I'm watching, don't forget," I said, "Okay." That's
Very
it for
good.
my comments. Okay. We got it on record now. Thank you.
All right.
That's all.
Councilman Conyers?
Yeah, I just want to echo the mayor's comments from earlier. Paige and the rest of the city staff did a tremendous job. I thought New Year's event was one of the best we've ever had. Band was great, fireworks were great. Everybody seemed to be having a good time, and appreciate y'all working on that.
That's good. All right. Councilman Robinson?
No comment.
Councilman Boone?
Other than that, boy, no comment.
All right. Well, I guess I'll piggyback. I actually went down, I took my daughter down to the New Year's event, and once again, it was excellent. She had a great time. She got to run around with her friends and saw all the events. People don't know how much work they put in, and I'm piggybacking on the rest of the guys. Thank you for the work that you guys do. All right. All right. All right. Agenda item number 5, it's a public hearing. Can someone please introduce the ordinance?
I'll introduce the ordinance.
All right, very good. We have an ordinance, amend ordinance number 1253, request of the owners Ryan Creel and Vincent Booth for conditional annexation to a PUD to be known as the 10 Tops at Gayfer. The property is approximately 5.33 acres and is located at 8437 Gayfer Road Extension. All right,
Thank you,
Mr.
Council
Hunter.
President.
Yes, sir.
And just for the public's knowledge, we did talk about this at the work session, so if there's any questions, you might go back to that video and review that as well, because I'm going to kind of move through this pretty quickly. This is a PUD for 10 buildings with 20 units. The 20 units in the total occupied space. It is located on Gayfer Road. This is a subdivision case from 2019. So when approved through the City of Fairhope Planning Commission, this was unzoned property outside the city limits. Those cases do not come to the city council. They are reviewed by the Planning Commission for compliance with the subdivision regulations only. We don't look at uses, things like that. So all those are permitted, and we're not here to discuss I'm not proposing the actual buildings, what they are, but this is an annexation request conditional with annexation. The applicant came to both us and the county. This area is now zoned by the county. It does not have the appropriate zoning for the use, but any changes would have to have some zoning from either the city or the county. After discussing some of those, it was even I think county recommended they come into the city, so we are in front of you today with a request for a PUD that will memorialize the plan as approved. It doesn't add any additional units. It doesn't add any development patterns. It doesn't support the growth of that development pattern in this area. It's just kind of memorializing what the plan is to allow it to remain to be legal but come into the city. We didn't want to look at zoning districts such as R4, things like that could allow a different zoning designation and then the plan switch midstream and hey, now we can squeeze more units on. So the PUD locks in this plan in place. All of the drainage, civil works, all that was done either at the subdivision case for review or during the building permits. The site plan as approved by the Planning Commission is on the screen. Here, this shows the 10 buildings, 2 units in each. There is some flexibility within this PUD that would allow the owner to condominiumize these units to sell instead of leasing all of those, but that's not a given. That remains their prerogative. That condominium plat would have to be approved by the Planning Commission should they wish to do that. All of the things we've talked about has been addressed. There is a jurisdictional wetland on the site with a 30-foot buffer. The buildings that were not presented within the Planning Commission case are now here and attached to the PUD because it even locks the buildings in place. We have building permits for, I believe, all 10 of the buildings. Interior layout of the building, the landscape plan, including the land use area, it's 5.31 acres total. These were the plans approved during the subdivision case. the staff recommends approval of this. We would have one condition that 2 printed and bound copies of the master development plan that memorializes all of these requirements shall be provided to the city. The planning commission also recommended approval of this with 6 yes votes and 0 nays. If you have any questions, I'm available to answer those. Ryan Creel is here representing the developer and the applicant.
Quick question, Hunter.
Yes, sir.
When was that approved by planning commission? It's been a while, right?
2019.
It was in 2019, yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I think if you go back to that color-coded map at the very beginning too, I think several of these green properties are already existing duplexes or fourplexes and
You,
things like that.
there's a lot of colors happening here. The corporate limits are actually an orange bar, and you can see there's a lot of things overlapping, but yes, some of those other colors are now zoned with the county, and those, you're seeing some of the zoning that the county has designated. There were some requests coming into the county, and we're both in agreement that at this time, this denser multifamily or even commercial this is not the appropriate location for it. So I do want to memorialize, this does not create a development pattern. That's why if we would have said this is R4, well, the next empty lot next to it can come in and say, well, we want R4 as well, because it's right there. This memorializes an approval when it was unzoned, makes it legal, but doesn't create a development pattern where we expect more of this in the same location. That's not what our long-range plans actually suggest in this area.
Yep, very good.
Parcel
Very
I've
good.
seen, a lot of clearing going on. Is that y'all doing that, cleaned it up? It's a pretty place out there. Pretty piece of property.
Yeah. So, yeah, commission had no problems with this at all, so.
correct.
Council, anything else, questions concerning this particular annexation and zoning? All right, we'll let this lay over. Let's open the public hearing. Yeah, let's open the public hearing. Anybody in the public, please, that want to speak on this particular matter, on this agenda item, please come to the podium. All right. Seeing none, we will close the public hearing. All right, we'll let this lay over for the next couple of weeks, and we'll come back to it. All right, thank you, Hunter. All right, very good. All right. Agenda item number 6, resolution that the city of Fairhope approves the procurement of a GIS software from Environmental Systems Research Institute, Inc., for a not-to-exceed cost of $85,200 for 3 years, and authorize Mayor Sherry Sullivan to execute a contract.
Motion to approve?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Motion carries. Agenda item number 7, resolution to approve the 2024 regular city council meeting.
I make a motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. I have a
Didn't even
motion.
let him finish talking.
I know, right? Are you done, Councilman?
I'm done.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. All right. Agenda item number 8, resolution that the city council approves the selection of Hope Hicks with Ball Matthews and Novak for professional legal services, human resources, labor and employment advice and counseling to the city of Fairhope, and hereby authorize Mayor Sherry Sullivan to execute the associated engagement letter. We discussed this. This is for human resources.
Make a motion, will you approve the resolution?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Motion carries. Agenda item number 9, resolution that the city council approves and adopts the recommendation for the Public Works Fleet Maintenance Department reclassification as follows. The vacant mechanic position, misclassified as a mechanic clerk, will be correctly reclassified as mechanic.
So moved.
Second.
There a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. Motion carries. Agenda item number 10, resolution. The City Council of Fairhope hereby amends the budget for the fiscal year 2023-2024 as recommended and presented above, and authorizes the city treasurer to make the necessary changes for the additional capital appropriation of $1 million for Flying Creek Nature Preserve with objective to complete the northern track per the master plan. This is making sure that we have monies over into our account.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. Motion carries. Agenda item number 11, resolution. The City Council approves the selection of Wetlands Resources Environmental Consulting for RFQ to perform professional consulting services to remove and control invasive exotic plants in the city's pollinator garden, and hereby authorizes Mayor Sherry Sullivan to execute a contract with a not-to-exceed fee of $6,680.
So moved.
Second.
And a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
Just remind everyone that's grant funded.
This is a grant and it's taken care of 100%. That's why it was not budgeted. All right? Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. Motion carries. Agenda item number 12, a resolution that the City Council approves the selection of Safe Span LLC to perform professional consulting services for RFQ biannual bridge inspections, and authorizes Mayor Sherry Sullivan to execute a contract with a not-to-exceed fee of $10,500.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All right, I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion, council? Hearing none. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. Motion carries. Agenda item number 13, a resolution that the City Council approves the selection by Mayor Sherry Sullivan for professional engineering services for the RFQ construction, engineering, and inspection for the Southland Place ADA compliant sidewalks project to Neil Schaefer, Inc., and allow Mayor Sherry Sullivan to negotiate the not-to-exceed fee to be approved by council.
Move to approve this election.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion on this? This has been around. We're starting to get it done. Hearing none. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. Motion carries. Thank you, Richard. Agenda item number 14, resolution. The Mayor Sherry Sullivan is hereby authorized to execute a contract for extension number 1, bid number 04022, on-call contractor services, water and sewer, to W.R. Mitchell Contractor, Inc., for 1-year extension of the annual contract from January the 4th, 2024 to January the 3rd, 2025, per the same terms and conditions of the original contract.
Make a motion, we approve the resolution.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion, guys? Hearing,
Just, I want to
okay.
just point out that, they come in under budget, I believe, last time. Richard, is that right?
No, this is the 350 that we were talking about, the pay fee with the contractor.
Oh, this is what came in under contract? What did I write down?
Yeah.
Neil Schaefer came in under budget.
The Neil Schaefer did.
Yes, Neil Schaefer came in under
I
budget.
wrote it under the wrong one, sorry.
Yep, Neil Schaefer did come in, the sidewalk
Yeah,
88.
I was gonna say, this is just,
Yeah.
you just bring this down. Right? Come in under budget here, right?
Yeah, so this is where they pull from the 350 with the pay fees, depending on the job that they're doing. But it's a total of $350,000.
Gotcha.
All right, so no further discussion. Council, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. Motion carries. All right, agenda item number 15, resolution that the City of Fairhope approves the procurement of 4 2024 Chevrolet Tahoe police-rated vehicles for the police department. The cost will not to exceed $201,769.76.
Move to purchase the Tahoes.
Second.
All right, purchase in a second. The chief talked to us about this in work session. We are flying through this because we talked about all these things in work session. Just to let the public know. Any further discussion about the police cars, the vehicles? All right, hearing none. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. Motion carries. Agenda item number 16, a resolution that the city of Fairhope approves the procurement of one dual hose fuel product dispenser for the Marina Fuel Dock that is on Sourcewell Cooperative Contract Number 092920 DVR with the Mike Hoffman Equipment Service, Inc., and therefore does not have to be let out for bid. The total cost not to exceed $13,244.
Make a motion, we approve.
Second.
All right, I got a motion and a second. The hose was leaking, could not find maintenance for it, so therefore we have to get another hose. This was not a budgeted item, but it is an emergency, considered an emergency situation. So, all right, any further discussion, guys? Hearing none. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. Motion carries. Agenda item number 17, appointment, Fairhope Airport Authority. I don't have that. Who was it? Who was the appointment again?
Dr. Lynn Strickland.
Yeah, Dr.
I move to
Strickland.
appoint,
Dr. Strickland, that's right.
Dr. Lynn Strickland to fill Mr. Lagarde's unexpired term.
Second.
Yep, Dr. Strickland. I have a motion and a second. Any further discussions? Hearing none. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. Motion carries. Agenda item number 18, request Todd Seeley with Gallery by the Bay on behalf of the merchants on Fairhope Avenue, requesting permission to close Fairhope Avenue from Section Street to Church Street for First Friday Art Walk in 2024, and to provide live music for people of Fairhope during Art Walk.
Council President, I just jotted down some words in the break, and on that second paragraph, I think this is implied with every resolution that we pass, but if we want to just make it known, we could put something to the effect, and Marcus, you could, maybe chime in here. It says, resolution may be repealed/revoked should the city council feel it's in the best interest of the city of Fairhope.
You don't have to have a reading, but that's fine if you want this one in there.
So it's understood with powers,
Yeah.
yes, that's right. Okay, very good. So we
But now
just,
that, now that the intended, it's basically indefinite, but it just is a little stronger word. The previous one,
I
we
think
had,
your changes are fine.
okay.
okay.
You got that, Lisa? You'll watch it. Watch the video, get it? I'll make the motion to adopt this resolution.
Second.
Okay. I have a motion and a second with the added verbiage in the resolution per Councilman Burrell and City Attorney Marcus McDowell. Any further discussion, guys? Hearing none. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. Motion carries. All right. Public participation, please come to the podium. You have 3 minutes to state your name, your address, and this is on anything, not just the agenda items. All right. All right. None. I can get a motion to adjourn,
Motion to
guys.
adjourn.
A motion and a second. Any further discussions? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed say nay. Meeting adjourned.